Greetings to all my fellow friends and watch enthusiasts and rant enthusiasts and car enthusiasts out there on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else the video will be seen and shared. If you know me as SaleenDriver, it's SaleenDriver. If you know me as Dane, it's Dane. Anyway, this is my third video in my quest to aid the major sports franchises in renaming their teams so as to reduce or eliminate the possibility of offending the woke. You know, those pasty white beta male man babies and their overly stressed, too overly wound up crazy ladies and any other of the 17,474 genders out there who are wound up way too tight and offended by way too many things way too easily. You know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, check with somebody. I'm sure they'll tell you. So in between their sipping of their soy lattes and eating their bowls full of kale and that brown stuff, what's it called? You know, that grainy stuff. It'll come to me. Perhaps they can watch this video and find a bit of humor in it. I'm sure all the rest of us will. Remember, this video is to be taken as humor. You guys remember humor, right? This is the thing we used to have before the age of the woke. Now, these videos were inspired by all the stupidity going on around the name of the NFL team, the Washington Redskins, and the absolute insanity that some people have been driven to over the name of a sports team. Come on, folks. We got plenty of other problems in this world to deal with, and most of them are important. The name of a sports team, is that what makes you crazy? Really? $220 trillion of national debt, unfunded liabilities out the wazoo, a stock market that moves like a roller coaster at an amusement park, a pandemic going on, and you guys are worried about the name of a sports team. But if you guys are worried about the name of sports teams, I've done the NFL. I've made my suggestions. I've done the Major League Baseball group. I've made my suggestions. Now I've got the NBA. The NBA. It used to be watchable. It used to be a fun sports entertainment to watch either in person or on TV back in the era of Bird and Magic and what's that other guy? Oh yeah, no, I'm kidding. And Michael. Nowadays, it's filled with a bunch of self-important, self-aggrandizing wimps screaming and whining about load management and not wanting to play a full season, but wanting to be paid for the full season, even though they want to only be used maybe 60 games instead of 82. Just incredible to me. And the vast majority of today's NBA superstars, so-called superstars, wouldn't survive in the era of Bird and Magic and the physical play. You think guys like Harden and Queen James and all those could drive the lane in front of a guy like Lambeer or Kareem or Robert Parrish? They'd be pounded into dust. They wouldn't survive. I'm tired of the NBA. I haven't watched the NBA in decades. It's unwatchable. The attitude of the players is atrocious. But it still exists. It's still out there to offend the woke. So I've come up with a bunch of names. I've looked through all the teams. And for the most part, I've come up with new names or the names being offensive somehow. And I'll tell you how. And then it's up to the teams and the NBA commissioner to fix this. And you know that commissioner will fix it. What's his name? Silver? That guy is so malleable it isn't even funny. Anyway, the only two teams I found that couldn't possibly offend anyone are the LA Lakers, even though their team colors offend me. You know, purple and yellow, gross. The LA Lakers, their team name is named after, they used to be the Minnesota Lakers. I mean, they're named after the land of 10,000 lakes. I mean, how can you be offended by a lake? I'm sure somebody out there, if you are offended by lakes, put it in the comments and explain yourself. I'd love to hear that. And the Phoenix Suns. Suns. Yeah, the sun. You know, that big ball in the sky that's causing global warming. I don't know how you can be offended by the sun, but again, if you are somebody who is offended by the name Suns, in the comments, please let me know. So let's start here. Atlanta Hawks. Well, as I've said in the other two videos, you're using animals to, you're exploiting the name of a type of animal for profit. Profit is evil. We all know this now. We're all socialists now, according to Newsweek, way back when Obama was elected. They declared it. We're all socialists now, so we can't have profit. It's evil and illegal. You're offending animal rights people. And of course, a hawk is an aggressive bird. We cannot have aggression in the age of woke. So aggressiveness is off the table. Animal exploitation off the table. Boston Celtics. Well, I guess if you don't like Irish people, and since Irish people, for the most part, white and Catholic, it's okay to hate white people and Christians and Catholics because, you know, all white people are racists, right? I mean, we've established this by now. You people kidding me? So you're naming a sports team after white people. Got to fix that. Brooklyn Nets. Okay. Nets trap animals, right? Turtles, fish, sharks, dolphins. Even on land, people use nets to trap animals. That will offend the animal rights people. Fix that. Charlotte Hornets. Well, most people I know hate hornets. They don't like insects that sting you. I don't. I don't like hornets. I don't like wasps. I don't like bees. I don't like stinging animals. I'm glad that bees are out there to make honey and pollinate and keep the plant life going, but I could do without the stinging. But they are animals, and if you are going to use the name of an animal to, you know, for capitalist profit, you're exploiting them, and the animal rights people will be offended. Chicago Bulls, again, using a name of an animal to exploit and make money. And also, bulls are very aggressive, especially when they're feeling a bit randy. So we can't have aggression anymore. So fix that. Sorry. Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, a Cavalier, from what I'm led to believe from the interwebs, a Cavalier is a wealthy horseman. Well, wealthy horsemen are also, I mean, of course, all wealthy horsemen are going to be white men. So they're white, rich, exploitive, racist horsemen. It's logical, right? Right? Logic? Woke logic, anyway, since you make insane assumptions about things you know nothing about. But, of course, we can't talk about wealthy people because that offends the poor people. So, Cavaliers, that's out. Dallas Mavericks. Oh, come on, guys. Mavericks! You know, can't do it. And, of course, Texas is full of rich white people. They're all racists. So you gotta fix that, too. Denver Nuggets. Well, I'm pretty sure that refers to gold nuggets because there was a gold rush there at one time. You're going to offend poor people. Fix that. Detroit Pistons. Oh, Pistons. Pistons. Engines. Gasoline or diesel burning or oil burning engines. Engines make pollution. Pollution bad. Use fossil fuels, greenhouse gases. So, can't have Pistons anymore. You're going to offend the environmentalist wackos. Oh, Detroit, Detroit, Detroit. Maybe you could call yourselves the Detroit Ramshackles, owing to the condition of your city. Just saying. Just saying, you know. Don't get mad. Don't hate the messenger. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Golden State Warriors. Well, Warriors are warriors. They go to war. They make war. War is offensive. War is bullying. War is destructive. War is war. People who engage in war are warriors. We can't have war. We all have to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and eat, granola and, grow long beards and wear Birkenstocks and stop wearing deodorant, etc. Houston Rockets. Well, rockets are an instrument of war. Can't be called rockets, even though rockets also carry up into space people who are generally not warriors at this time. And they also carry up satellites, which link communications around the world together and make this whole internet thing possible, But rockets are an instrument of war, so we can't have rockets. Even though rockets don't really pollute, they burn, their main output when they burn their rocket motors is water vapor. At least that's what I'm led to believe. Indiana Pacers. I don't know. Pacers. It may have something to do, I believe, my readings said that it has something to do with the pace car of the Indianapolis, the Indy 500 and the cars and the pace car and the pace of the race and that kind of thing. Well, auto racing burns fuel. Burning fuel is polluting, even though when you burn methanol in an Indy car, the main output is water vapor. But never mind that. I mean, don't let facts get in the way of a good wokeness moment. So it has something to do with cars, and that's going to offend the environmentalist wackos. So we have to fix that. LA Clippers. This one took a little digging. Bear with me on this. The Clippers name has to do because they were originally the San Diego Clippers. And a lot of Clipper ships came into San Diego Bay in the good old days. Well, Clipper ships brought white people to the Americas and wiped out the native populations and brought diseases and exploitation and all kinds of bad things, and Christianity, of course, and all that bad things, and they wiped out the entire population of Native Americans, except they really didn't, and a lot of what is said about that is not true, but again, don't let the facts get in the way of your feelings. So Clippers are offensive because they're named after a ship that brought white people to the Americas. Moving on. Memphis Grizzlies, aggressive bear species. Can't have aggression. Using animals to make profit. Offends the animal rights people. Miami Heat, well, they must be called the Heat because of global warming. Global warming in Miami. Right. I lived in Miami. That was a while ago, but I lived in Miami. Miami's hot. You know why Miami is hot? It's because it's in the subtropical area of the world. It's warmed up by the Gulf Stream running past it in the Atlantic Ocean. And it's one of the southernmost cities in the country. Of course it's hot. It's surrounded by water. It's hot. It's humid. Heat. Miami Heat. But no, it must have something to do because of global warming, because at one time we're sure Miami was, temperate and had 4 seasons and had snow and on and on and on and on. But now they're hot all the time, so it must be global warming. So can't have Miami Heat because you're triggering the global warming people. Milwaukee Bucks. Well, Bucks is a type of animal. You're offending the animal rights people. Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, wolves are an aggressor animal. We can't have aggression. And you're using animals to exploit. Do you get a sense of a pattern here? Animals being used for profit, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with the New Orleans Pelicans. Who names their team after a pelican? Have you ever seen a pelican? Seriously. Change the name just because it's stupid. But of course, you're going to have to change the name anyway because you're offending the animal rights people. New York Knicks. Well, the New York Knicks, the mere existence of the New York Knicks should offend everybody because they're a lousy basketball team. And Knicks is short for knickerbockers, which is a type of pants. So you're probably going to offend women because, well, no, women wear pants, don't they? Well, they also wear dresses. Men don't wear dresses. Well, Jesus, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I really don't. Change the name. Just find some kind of gender-neutral clothing. Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, Thunder is scary. All the beta males and their beta females, they're going to be scared, huddling in mommy and daddy's basement, with their coloring books and their safe spaces, scared of thunder. So we got to fix that. Orlando Magic. Oh, everyone knows Magic doesn't exist. But we all know what Magic is, Magic Kingdom, Disney World. Well, Disney is that big evil profit capitalist exploiting company. So obviously the Orlando Magic refers to a company that exploits people and charges ridiculously high ticket prices to ride on carnival rides. You got to fix that. Philadelphia 76ers. Well, 76ers refers to 1776 and the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which created America. Well, we all know that creation of America is now viewed by the woke as a big, huge mistake because we're all slave owners and we're all exploiters and murderers and warmongers and we destroy the environment and America is just a big evil cesspool of a place. And the 76ers refer to something that makes you think of something patriotic and love of country. And we all know that loving America and patriotism is racist and sexist and nationalistic and violent. So we can't have that. So they've got to change their name because you're reminding people of the good things about America. And we all know that there's nothing good about America, according to the woke. Let's see, where are we now? Portland Trailblazers. Well, the Trailblazers name refers to the early pioneers that went west across the country and eventually end up in Portland because, well, Portland's the end of the country. I mean, you get to Portland, it's right on the Pacific Ocean. I've been there. You step off of Portland, you are off the country. You're in water. So men and women blazed a trail across America, killing and raping and murdering and slaughtering all across the way and destroying everything in their path to reach the other side of the country because reasons. Except it didn't happen quite that way. But again, don't let the facts get in the way of your woke feelings. And finally, the Sacramento Kings. Well, I've been to Sacramento, first of all, and it's a horrible place. So just on that alone. But, okay, Kings. Kings are royalty. Kings are aristocratic. Kings are leaders, with divine destiny, destiny from God, and so on. So they exploit all their all their people. So that's going to be offensive to everyone who isn't a king or a queen. So you're going to have to change your name because you're offending literally everybody. Because we all know the kings are good for nothing more than murdering and raping and pillaging and destroying and gathering all the gold unto them and then, stripping down and diving into piles of gold just like we saw in the movies. Idiocy. All right, well, I've done my part, Mr. Silver, and owners of these various NBA teams. You might want to suggest to your players to toughen up a little bit because they come off to the rest of us, especially those of us old enough to remember the NBA in its good days, as players who played their hearts out and left it all on the court instead of whining about load management and benching themselves whenever they get the sniffles. So I've done my part to suggest on how you can de-offensive yourself and make the woke happy again, as if they ever could be happy. It's up to you now. I've done my part as a disinterested fan, or actually a disinterested non-fan. So, again, reminding you that this video is meant to be humor. I did not make this video to offend anybody. I made this video to make somebody laugh. Besides me, of course. I was laughing the whole time I made it. Well, wrote the stuff down anyway. So, hopefully you weren't offended, and you will give the video a thumbs up. If you're of a mind to do so, you want to make suggestions on new team names for the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball or hockey or college team, please, comments, questions, suggestions down below. I'll read them all. I'll respond to every one of them. But if you're going to be offensive or stupid or troll me, I'll just delete it and then I'll block you. My block list is long and indistinguished. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you found it entertaining. Please click the subscribe button for me. Help me grow the channel some more. And when you click the subscribe button, please click the bell icon so that when I upload new videos, you are alerted to them. I appreciate all my subscribers. I appreciate all my viewers, subscriber or otherwise. I hope you were entertained for a few minutes. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed presenting it to you. I'll see you in my next video.